Hello everyone. We are here to with a, new video about the interview tips and tricks. So today's agenda is to how to prepare about the interview related to the migration tool, and the tool which we are discussing today is migrate for compute engine, or you can so is a old name of this tool was Belosrata is a GCP environment. So the Belosrata is renamed with the M4C or the Migrate for Compute Engine. So there are two versions of M4C. Once you go to the Citrix Cloud console, and in the compute section is a under the compute section is a option migrate for compute engine, and once you open that, it will comes with the two versions, the 4.x and 5.x. So today we'll discuss what are the interview questions on the basis of the version, compatibility, and the installation on all things. So first, in this document, I have mentioned the document link for 4.11 and 5.0. These are the two versions which is on the Google Cloud platform. So very first is the comparison between the 4.x and 5.0. So here uh, the question is like that: what is the difference or main features of 5.x and or difference between 4.x and 5.0? So the main thing is 5.0 works or is a supports vSphere source, or 4.x is a supports vSphere, AWS, Azure, and physical server. But in 5.0, it doesn't support the physical server, Azure, and AWS. Okay, is a Linux. What is uh, PAYG or BOYL? Is a pay as you go and buy your own license. Okay, so is a for Linux is a supports for Windows for is a 5.0 is supported, and 4.x supported all things. In 4.x we use migration web to migrate the computes resources and for the mass migration, but 5.0 we use VM groups. Okay, and utilization report is not supported in 4.x. So also you will get this document from my website is a techizone.co.in. Under that I will upload this document in my next blog. So you can search that blog is the difference between the M4CE or is the interview questions related to migrate for compute engine. And the next question, migrate for compute engine. What OS or the servers is the support for 4.x. So 4.x supports all the versions of Windows or Linux, but uh, only with the three of four versions is I have issues is discontinued by Microsoft. That's why uh, having issue with the 2003 SP2, 2003 R2, and 2008 R1. It doesn't supported by the 4.x version, but we can migrate these servers using the offline migration. Is that there offline migration, cloud migration, online migration, these kind of migration things. So about that we'll discuss on the next video. So here only about the comparison between 4.x and 5.0 and what type of questions interviewer can ask you while you are putting your efforts on M4C. So, and the next thing is a supported 2012 non R2 means is a 2012 R2, and the non R2 is a for the non R2 is not supported by the Google VSS agent. Okay, and next for 5.x is a uh, first here you can see is a selected region supported, means it doesn't support the for all Google regions, but 4.x supports all Google regions. So there is no boundaries for 4.x. And the supported region is North America is a 8 region which is supported by 5.x. South America is a 1, Europe is a 6, Asia is a 10 regions. Also is a link is there. You can uh, click here and go to the uh, Google page, and from there you can read the details, these things in the details. So I am putting the base of the interview, sir. What are the difference? Difference is here is a there are first difference is vSphere source is supported only vSphere is supported by version 5.0, and 4.x supports all kind of sources like vSphere, AWS, Azure, and physical servers. And in 4.x it doesn't support the uh, 2003 SP2, 2003 R2, 2008 R1 is all can be migrated using the offline migration. Also 2012 non-R2 is not supported by the Google VSS agent. And in 5.x is a supported in selected regions, but 4.x supports in for all regions. Is a like US region, Asia region, is a everywhere. And in 5.x, Windows Client 10 is a Windows 10 client is a BitLocker drive encryption not supported, and Oracle 6.0 to 6.10 required kernel UEK version of the least is this version is a 4.1.12 is a minimum requirement for that. Also is the next issue which we face here, like issue is there like run in the cloud migration operation may fail. So run in cloud and migration operation may fails for Windows 2016 workload. So when semantic endpoint is installed. So this may also having a so interviewer can ask a question in server 2016 where in the server is a SAP is installed. I am running the migration run in cloud. So I told you that is the online, offline, and run in cloud. So in run in cloud migration is failing. So what could be the issue? So for that is a workaround is there. So if you're removing and disabling SAP does not resolve the issue. You may need to remove SAP from interface binding as well. If is a interface binding is there, you also can need to remove this from the interface binding. And to remove the workloads network interface binding, to remove SAP option, need to download this tool and the VSP tool and install this package using the command. This is the command to remove that. And open command prompt can administrator run the following command to use it to while facing any issue with the server 2016. And the next question is a requirement for the M4C. What are the requirements for M4C? So, very first, if I'm working with 4.x or 5.x, the basic requirement of M4C is to network connectivity. It could be VPN or interconnect or firewall rules which is required for that. Also it supports the uh, given version like vCenter 5.5 minimum and ESXi 5.5, and later version also is a 5.5, 6.06, 6.7, 7.0, all versions supported, but the lowest version which is supported by M4C is 5.5. And also is required the VM migration admin role is required, and enabling the below services is required. There are 6 services. I am Google. I Google.com is a identity and access management service, is a service control API. service management API, and migration compute engine API. So there are six services which is required for that. And this is the screenshot. So when you open the migrate for compute engine, it will show you to switch to 4.x. By default, it's run the 5.0 only. So there are some questions like difference between 5.0 and 6.5, or what are the main main difference between 5.x and 4.x. Second, comparison or which is supported by 4.x or 5.x. This and next is the issue which is with the server 2016. And the next question what we asked about the uh, requirements of M4C. So these are the questions related to this, and in my next session, I will bring some more new questions related to migrate for compute engine and uh, uh, VPC, subnet, or networking. So keep watching. Thank you.